Hey, how you doing? Today I am talking about how you, in spite of having a niche, maybe, in spite of having an offer that you think is valuable, you are struggling to get clients. And I was on Facebook this morning, as you do when you wake up. You have a quick look and see and respond to people that have sent you messages. And I was on Facebook and in a group today. This poor lad, right? He has spent 6 months he has spent trying to get clients, and he is following the what marketers and salespeople say to do when they first start a business, which is DM everybody you know, message everyone, cold call people, send emails, do cold emailing, do all of these things. And do you know what? It just doesn't work. It does not work. And this is what I really want to share with you today, because if you are thinking that you are going to be able to outsource your marketing and sales to get high value clients, you are completely wrong. Now, I'm assuming right now that you have an offer that works for your clients, and I'm assuming that you have a niche, right? So you have to have the foundations in place, which means you have to know who your ideal client is and what you're selling them, and have something that resonates with people. So I'm saying that's a given. Now I want to talk about how do you get the clients to buy this offer. And what he was doing for 6 months, day in, day out, thousands of messages, thousands of cold calls, and thousands of DMing, messaging people on social media. And I just want to say, this doesn't work. Like, it is a numbers business. You might, out of 10,000 people, get 30 people not tell you to bugger off, because that is what people do. They get frustrated. Right now, how many messages have you got in your inbox with someone trying to sell something? Okay, so what's the solution? What is it that he should have been doing for the past 6 months that would enable him to get the clients that he could also back up with emailing and DMing and calling people? So the thing is he has been marketing to what we call a cold audience. So you have a cold audience, a warm audience, and a hot audience. And a hot audience are, yep, I'm ready to buy. I'm good to go. That I'm ready to buy from you. Then you have a warm audience of people who know what you do and are watching what you do and building a relationship with you from afar. So they're getting to know you, they're getting to like you, and they are doing that off their own back. You're not actually even aware, maybe, that this warm audience are even watching you. Okay, and then you've got the cold audience, and the cold audience is who he was marketing to. The cold audience are every single day getting DM'd by strangers. They are strangers, a cold audience. So what was happening is he was trying to market to strangers who didn't know, like, and trust him. And this is why content marketing has blown up over the past 15 years, because the content marketing actually enables you to warm people up and take them from stranger to a warm audience. So my advice to him was, you need to be doing content. And content has changed over the years as well, because when I first started doing content marketing, I could put anything up on social media and it would work. And people would be like, oh, Amanda, thank you for sharing that. How do I become a client? And people would reach out to me. And that's the thing, that it doesn't happen anymore. You have to have a two-pronged attack when it comes to actually getting clients. So the first thing that I advised him to do was that he needs to build a warm audience. And the way that you do that is through content marketing, but a very specific kind of content marketing. And the kind of content marketing that you have to do has to be so value-led, has to be giving away all of your best information, everything that you have ever learned, everything you've ever experienced, everything that you do, you have to give it away for free. Then people will go, he knows his onions, so he knows what he's doing. That's what people do for me. Right, okay, Amanda, I've listened to your podcast, I've watched your videos, I've read your articles, I see that you know what you're talking about. But here's the other thing, right? When you're doing this content marketing and you're sharing all this value, you are still going to go, ooh, why is nobody reaching out to work with me? And I want you to think about people in general, right? People in general will not go, oh, I'm going to reach out and ask someone for help. What's the thing that most, especially men, right? What's the thing that most men and women struggle with? Asking for help. Which means that when someone is looking at your content and you're building all this value and you're giving all this value, they still will not reach out and ask for help, because Their fear gets in the way. They might need you, they might want you, but they are not going to send you a message and go, hey Bob, can you help me? It's just not going to happen. It's not in our nature. Very, very few of us have the confidence to go, I really need help. Who is going to help me? And I see this time and time again, and you carry on struggling and you don't reach out. So if this is how you act, and this is how I act, and this is how most of the world acts, what do we do? Because we're creating this content and then we're sitting there going, nobody's reaching out. Nobody's asking to work with me. And this is where we have to go back to what the gentleman in the Facebook group was doing, which is the outreach, the sending of the emails, the sending of the messages in social media, and picking up the phone. So we have to go from creating content and hoping that people are going to reach out to us to creating content and then us reaching out to the warm audience. And they're warm now because they've been watching our content, and we have been giving more value than everybody else. So I have this thing that stops me from living in fear, because we all worry. We worry about where our next client's going to come from. Is our business going to be successful? Where are we going to get our next team member from? How are we going to pay our bills? All of these things. We all have some form of anxiety. And if you don't, you are super, super lucky. But pretty much every person I speak to has some kind of anxiety on a scale of 1 to 10. Most of the time I'm around a 1 or a 2, with 10 being the highest, but some days I wake up and I'm an 8 for no reason whatsoever. So the way that I overcome and stop myself for reaching an 8 is I just show up and give more value than all of my competitors. I give more value than anybody I know. I do more videos, I do more podcasts, I write more posts, I show up, I do more reels. I am just what we call everywhere, omnipresent. And this is what you need to do. You need to out-content people with the best, most valuable content that you can do. Not just show up, but the best, most valuable, the insights that you have, the learnings that you have, and give and share and help people. And then don't rely on them reaching out to you. You have to reach out to them, and you have to, if someone likes your content or comments on your content, then you have to reach out to them and start a conversation with them, or send them an email, or pick up the phone and talk to them. So this is the thing, right? Cold DMing does not work because there is no trust, and people don't know you. So they don't know who you are. Why would they want to give you money when you've sent them a message going, hey, I can do your accounting for you? Nobody wants to give you money. There are 1,000 accountants out there. What is it that differentiates you? The only thing that's going to differentiate you actually is you. You are your niche. You are the thing that differentiates. And if people don't know you and don't know how you show up, and they're not buying from you, then they are not going to see you as the high value accountant or business advisor. All right. So when you are thinking about your marketing, it's not, oh, Amanda, do I post once a week? Do I post twice a week? Do I post 3 times a week? No, you post 3 times a day if you can. You take everything that you think is your most valuable content and you give it away for free. Because people pay for implementation. Ideas are 10 a penny. If you go onto YouTube right now, there are training videos on how to do marketing that you don't need to pay for, but people pay for implementation and community. So what you have to do is you have to give away all your good stuff, and it doesn't matter what order you give it in. You don't have to give it away in a logical order. Just give away all of your value, give away all of the good stuff, okay? And then people will go, oh my gosh, you know so much. I now need to come to you because I see that you are the expert. Now help me put it in order and help me and work with it with me so that I can make it the best that I can. Okay, so whether or not you want accounting clients or advisory clients, the way that you are going to get those clients is through providing more value for free than anybody else. And the reason why the clients that I have are the most successful, my most successful clients do a video every day, they write books, they stand on stages, they get out of their way. And if you want to have this amazing business advisory business where you are charging great money for the services that you offer people, if you want to do that, you have to do the things that maybe you've never done before. And that is all about making sure you are super visible, you build your personal brand, you show up online. Of course, you have to have the basics in place, which is your ideal client and your offer. But then when it comes to marketing and sales, you cannot do the cold emailing and the cold DMing and the cold outreach that you have been told to do, because people do not know you, they do not like you, and they do not trust you. Give more value than everybody else, post more often than everybody else, and make sure that every single one of those posts are super, super valuable. And you will build an audience, but you still won't get clients from that. 100% you will not get clients from it. You then, when you've got that warm audience that you've built, you then reach out to them. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I felt so sorry for this guy. He'd been doing 6 months of cold outreach and cold messaging and cold calling. And it's just like, oh, your page is great. You've got a niche. Everything is right. But you know what you're doing? The word cold. Nobody likes cold marketing, but they do like to warm to people. So you need a warm audience that have already warmed to you, so that when you reach out, they go, oh, do you know what? I've been watching you. I really need your help. Thank you so much for reaching out. And when I send messages, warm messages, people say, thank you for reaching out, and they are appreciative of it. All right. So therein endeth today's lesson. I'll catch up with you all soon. Have a great day.